In the heart of South Africa, a man once walked from the shadows of a prison cell into the light of history. His name? Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, a man who turned his suffering into strength, and his struggle into a story of forgiveness and reconciliation. For decades, South Africa was torn apart by apartheid, a brutal system that divided people by the color of their skin. Black South Africans were stripped of their rights, silenced, and pushed to the margins of their own homeland. It was in this darkness that Mandela rose, not just as a freedom fighter, but as a symbol of unyielding hope. Mandela, a lawyer by training, became a voice for the voiceless. He co-founded the armed wing of the African National Congress when peaceful protests were met with violence. But his fight for justice came at a heavy price, 27 years behind bars. On Robben Island, Mandela endured hard labor, isolation, and the attempt to break his spirit. Yet, he emerged not with bitterness, but with a vision that true freedom could only come through forgiveness. In 1990, the world watched as Mandela walked free. The crowds cheered, but the nation was still on the brink of civil war. Revenge would have been easy. Retaliation would have been justified. But Mandela chose a harder road, the road of reconciliation. He extended his hand not just to the oppressed, but also to his former oppressors. Mandela believed that South Africa could only survive if it healed together. He negotiated with President F.W. de Klerk, paving the way for the first multiracial elections in 1994. When Nelson Mandela became South Africa's first black president, he didn't seek to punish. Instead, he built the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, allowing victims and perpetrators to speak, to confess, and to heal. One of Mandela's greatest acts of unity came in the most unexpected place, the rugby field. In 1995, during the Rugby World Cup, Mandela donned the Springbok jersey, a symbol once hated by black South Africans. In that moment, he transformed a sport of division into a symbol of national pride. Nelson Mandela's road to reconciliation was not easy, but it reshaped a nation. He showed the world that forgiveness is not weakness, but strength. That peace requires courage greater than war, and that one man's choice to unite, instead of divide, can change the destiny of millions. This was Nelson Mandela, not just a president, but a peacemaker. Not just a leader, but a healer. An unsung hero who gave his life to unite a nation. Stories like this remind us of the strength of Africa's past. If you believe the world should hear more, join us on Africo Multimedia, where culture lives, and legends never die. This has been Africo Multimedia, telling the untold stories of Africa's culture, history, and beauty. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more African stories.